Greetings, folks. Iolair here. The title of today's video is Nenavidimый, which is the Russian word for loathed or detested, a reflection of the ship being played by my good colleague USS Irwin M. Fletcher. He is sailing for us, yes, that very controversial premium Tier 10 Soviet light cruiser, the Smolensk. He is in a division with Jimmy Jazz, who is sailing the Grozovoi, and with myself in the Moskva. We are in an all Tier 10 domination match on northern waters with one carrier per team. These fine gentlemen were helping me grind through the base XP portion of the Moskva's unique upgrade. Now, Irwin went with a maximum range build for his Smolensk. I think Jimmy Jazz and I had suggested he go with a blended reload range build, but it doesn't really matter since the ship is a machine gun anyway. Now, I have featured Irwin several times on the channel before, but always playing carriers, and that gets us to kind of some irony and maybe a little bit of contradiction in this match. So Irwin loves playing carriers, which is another type or class of ship that many in the community hate with a similar level of passion as folks hate the Smolensk. In fact, that's where some of the irony falls, but the contradiction is that Irwin also hates the Smolensk, and for all the same reasons, or many of the same reasons that other people do. Obviously, it's perceived as quite overpowered in the right hands. It is held up as one of the poster children of Russian bias in the game, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go on a rant about that. You guys have all heard the stories about it. But it might make you wonder, okay, why on earth would Irwin have a Smolensk, let alone play it? And the way he described it was that he had the coal and he didn't have anything else to spend it on. Okay, I also wonder whether, and Irwin, no personal objection here, but I also wonder whether you had a little bit of a quasi morbid fascination with getting a ship that you so strongly disliked. But in any case, he didn't even have the ship spec'd out for upgrades or a commander spec for the ship before we played this game. We elected to go with an all-Soviet sort of division, if you will, and so I think he pulled it out with some reluctance, but this is, if it's not already obvious, the first game that he has in the ship. Now, Irwin is a skilled player in other classes, not just carriers. So he's very familiar with how to play the camping style or cruiser game, cruiser practices and so forth. So I think the Smolensk just ends up being a very natural threat. He's being radared here, I presume, by the Des Moines. But the Des Moines is just about to go down there. Yeah, he does grab first blood for our team. And we're 4 minutes in, and he's up to almost 51,000 in damage. So, yeah, again, this is a ship that is very, 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 very strong. So he's going to move out here now that his smoke is expired and start putting fire on the Kurfürst. Now, the Kurfürst is not burning in 4 places. It took me a second to realize this because he sets a fire here, and I'm like, isn't the Kurfürst already on fire in 4 places? And no, we're actually seeing the hulk or the shell of the Des Moines that he sank earlier burning in front of the Kurfürst. So no, he did not set a fire on a ship that already had 4 fires. Just going to peel away here. We obviously can't grab the Charlie Cap right now because there is still the Moskva in the area, plus these 2 battleships, the Montana and the Kurfürst, that are very close to the cap. So our main role right now is to just try to keep these guys in a crossfire and try to take them out. There's another fire on the Kurfürst. But right now, I think we would prefer to try to get the Moskva down, but the Moskva has remained in a very protected position, at least relative to Irwin, so he can't really put any fire on him right now, so he's focusing the Montana and the Kurfürst. In fact, did the Kurfürst fires go out? I'm not sure. No, they're still ticking. Okay, yeah. Okay, so in any case, our allies over on the west side at Alpha, we have a Kurfürst ourselves that moved into the Alpha Cap. He's wedged right up against that northeastern island, probably try to give himself some insulation while he's trying to take that cap. We also have a Yamato that's moved into the south end of that cap. There is only 1 destroyer per team, and Jimmy Jazz is obviously in the one that we have, and then there's a you can see there's a Shimakaze that's on the north side of Alpha, probably being lit up by Hydro, or maybe the planes that are over there, or both. So the Allies, again, are still trying to get Alpha. You can see we're making some progress, but there's probably some resetting that's going on. Now, what has also happened, since we can't get Charlie right now, we're just kind of just farming these ships, as Erwin's doing against this Kurfürst. In fact, he's being blind fired upon in a smoke by the Kurfürst. In fact, this isn't even his smoke. This is smoke laid by Jimmy Jazz. In fact, our Kurfürst just succumbed to fire at Alpha, so we've lost our progress there. And we have another fire burning on this Kurfürst. I don't remember if he... Oh, no, he doesn't get the kill here. The carrier takes that down. So Jimmy Jazz and I elected to move over to Bravo, where it looked like we might be able to get that cap with one of the battleships down, the Moskva in a position that he cannot fire into Bravo, and the Montana would probably still prioritize our two battleships that are on the southeast side of Charlie. We thought it was probably going to be relatively safe to try to move in and grab that cap. But the problem that we're going to have, I think, is going to be the carrier, because you can see some torpedo bombers coming in on me. I'm just south of the Bravo cap. Jimmy Jazz has moved in. We are 7.5 minutes into the game, and Erwin has already earned Wither and is up to 146,000 in damage. So yeah, this is just a pretty shockingly scary ship. Now he's going to be able to fire on the Moskva, it looks like, and try to drive him back down. We just lost sight on him. You can see the Montana's burning in, well, at least 2 places through. If he has fire prevention, it's 3 if he doesn't, and now we've lost our Worcester, which was over on the Alpha side. Now the opponents have done a good job to sort of wear down our west flank. I think the Shimakaze, probably on their side, has done a very good job keeping that flank spotted, and then the opponents have been focusing down our allies as we move into the cap one by one. And there Erwin gets his second kill and arsonist, and he's up to almost 181,000 in damage, and we're 8.5 minutes into the game, and now he's going to be able to start shooting the Moskva. And once the Moskva goes down, then he won't have any more targets to shoot at for a while. Now we did get Bravo, but there was a quick glimpse right there over at myself and Jimmy Jazz over in the Bravo cap. You can see I've lost most of my health trying to get that cap, and that is not due to fire from any of the ships. That has been, I think, exclusively the carrier. The carrier is coming in with some more AP bombs, and he finishes me off. So this game, at least for me personally, was kind of a dud as far as my damage done. I think I did get experience for helping with the cap. I did a really trivial amount of damage, but here the Moskva obviously is not going to win the flank now that he's lost his battleships, and he's going to get focused down here fairly quickly. Again, I don't remember if Erwin's going to get the kill here. Nope, it's going to be the Montana. So you would hope at this point we would just kind of try to hold things at Alpha, because again, the opponents have done a really good job. That's their strong flank. They've done a really good job taking down our allies one by one. Ooh, there's the Shimakaze. He is super low health. In fact, there's probably going to be like 5,000 calls to kill him. In fact, you can see I've just typed into chat that we would like to have our carrier try to find and finish off the Shima. But coming back to a comment I was going to make earlier, which is you would hope that one or both of our battleships over on the east side would merrily march into Charlie and take that cap. And they're not doing that. So Jimmy Jazz, in frankly some frustration, I think, is headed back east to grab that cap for our team, provide some insurance to help us here. Now we do have a 2-ship advantage, which is good. We have a Salem, that has isolated himself, and yeah, he's not targeting Ace here, or Erwin. And Erwin, oh, nice. Okay, the Montana finishes off the Salem. So again, we've got a pretty significant point and ship lead, although it would be good to get another cap. to try to at least build some insurance that we can win this game. We do have a Goliath that has gone into essentially some hiding so that he doesn't get focused down by the, I think that's a Montana, or maybe, I can't remember. Oh, Shikishima, that's what it was. This is the Yamato with the 510 millimeter guns on it. He doesn't want to be focused by that. There is a Goliath over there and a Minotaur. And so I think that our Goliath has done the right thing. Oh, the Shimakaze does finally go down. Thank you, Carrier, for finishing off the destroyer. That's going to help our team with some area control. And then Irwin is putting range fire from smoke here on the Shikishima. And then the Minotaur is going to come out. He's dropping smoke. I don't remember. I'm hoping our Conqueror gets a shot on him here. But our Conqueror is obviously having to peel away as well so that he doesn't get focused down. And here I'm a little confused as to what our Goliath is doing. He did the right thing, in my opinion, getting behind the island that's on the southeast side of Alpha and trying to get himself into some cover. Ooh, nice. Irwin gets his third kill, and he's up to 199,000 in damage. And we're 12 and a half minutes into the game. Now he's putting fire back on the Shikishima. But again, I don't know why our Conqueror felt compelled, I'm sorry, our Goliath, excuse me, felt compelled to come out and try to, engage this strong flank like he did. Irwin gets his fourth kill, and he's up to 211,000 in damage. And now he's going to start shooting at the opposing Goliath. Yeah, I think our Goliath kind of made a mistake. Ooh, that was a nice bomb hit from our midway on the Goliath. That helps sort of even up this engagement between the two Tier 10 Royal Navy heavy cruisers. I see lots of secondary shells. There's some AP from our Goliath. That was a nice hit on the Goliath. Doesn't quite finish him. Irwin gets a fire and gets his Kraken. So I think Irwin did in total like 400 damage to the Goliath, but he ends up getting the kill and getting himself a Kraken. And as the game is winding down, I pop this comment into chat about doing 211,000 Kraken Wither, First Blood, Arsonist. The ship is underpowered. Fortunately, one of our opponents saw the humor in the sarcasm. So yeah, good reflection of the capability of the ship. 12 fires, 211,000 in damage, 4 achievements. Kraken just shy of 2,300 in his very first match in the premium tier 10 Soviet light cruisers, the Smolensk. So I got to witness this, and I did ask Irwin for the replay so I could put this up. So I hope everybody did enjoy the replay, even if you hate the ship and you thought the commentary was useful. With that, we hope to see you out there on the virtual seas, and we wish you happy sailing.